Hi, I'm Greg Brown.
I'm David Ivy, and it's Dynamic Discussions.
This is another installment in a weekly video series. We're bringing you about safety products and how to use them. We have Jane with this week's question.
So we have a question this week from a viewer, and Mark said that he really enjoyed our video on the difference between fall arrest and fall restraint, and he would like to know how he can help his team work in fall restraint more.
That's great. It's good forward thinking to work more in restraint. Anytime that you can take the hazard away, it's a good thing to do that. And so there are, depending on your level of work, working in restraint is huge if you can attain that.
So you have two levels of fall restraint. You have active restraint and passive restraint. So your passive fall restraint is to be guardrail. So basically, you can't get outside of it. So you're not in a hazardous scenario where you could potentially fall. You're not tied off. You're not wearing fall protection at that point. You're not harnessed up.
Yeah, and so your active fall restraint would be one where you're wearing a personal fall arrest system or at least a full body harness tied to a restraint device. So you get to the point where you have yourself in a situation where you are not able to reach the edge, where you can work and do your duties, and the restraint device that you have along with your full body harness would not allow you to get yourself in a scenario to where you actually could see a fall unless you pull yourself out of compliance.
So some of these devices you're going to be using in restraint would be something like a non-shock absorbing lanyard. So an adjustable lanyard, so you can adjust it so you can get, let's say you're 6 feet from an edge, you can adjust it all the way down to 4 feet. So there's no physically, it's not possible to reach that 6-foot edge. You can also use something like a self-retracting lifeline that it may be same scenario, 6 feet long lifeline, 8 foot from the edge.
Yeah, so you can do this by design, or you can customize your application too. There's a lot of products out there that if you just think about it, you can use them as a restraint device. That gets me to ask another question. If a product is designed to use for fall arrest, can you use it in restraint?
Yeah, you can use it in restraint because restraint, actually, when you're designing a restraint device, you actually don't have to design it to be as, bulky and, the forces that's required are not as high. So you can use it as a restraint device.
It's a good idea if you're going to be doing this regularly too. Generally, your products are going to have some sort of fall indicator or a way to check and see if something has been tripped on that. So additional looks at your equipment should probably be a good idea as well.